is up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaunte'a Chanel, and in today's video I'm gonna talk about how I made an extra $1,000 during quarantine doing side gigs and how you can do the same thing. So I have some notes on my phone, and I just want to put out a disclaimer that these opportunities do involve, or could possibly involve, you coming in contact with other people. So just do these at your own risk. So before I do get into the side jobs, I just want to talk about like my regular job. So we have been out of work since mid-March, and luckily my job has continued to pay us on schedule for the duration of the whole, us being out of work. So I haven't missed out on any money there. But my main reason for going out and doing these side gigs was just I didn't want to be stuck in the house. Like, I know that there was a risk, going out and being in contact with the general public. I knew there was a risk involved, but it kind of made me feel good to be able to go out and help someone that wasn't able to get out to, get food or get their essentials or something like that. So the first thing that I did was I applied for some of the essential jobs, especially in retail. If you watch some of my other videos, actually I don't even know if I've ever mentioned it in my other videos, but I worked at Walmart for like almost 6 years, and so I have a background in retail. So the first thing that I did when I seen that Walmart was hiring, Target's hiring, Sam's Club's hiring, I went and applied for those jobs. I ended up getting hired at Sam's, and I stayed at Sam's for probably about 3 weeks. And the job was okay. It was a steady income, but just, it was retail. I mean, that's pretty much the best I can say. It was retail, and going back to retail made me realize that I don't want to do retail anymore. Like, there's a reason why I got away from retail, and especially in a time like this where people are already in a panic, people are already on edge. People, oh boy, customers, like, they were treating people like shit pretty much. And back when I worked at Walmart, I started in like 2006 to 2012, and back then I was a totally different person than what I am now. Like, my attitude is totally different. So back then I probably could handle it, but my mouth is way too slick now to try to deal with stuff like that. So I worked about 3 weeks, and I got a couple good paychecks, and then I just decided that that wasn't for me anymore. So the second thing that I did is I jumped on the bandwagon with delivery services. So in my hometown, I did DoorDash. I did it for a while just because I was really familiar with the area. I'm from there, so I know where all the restaurants are, so I could take shortcuts, and I knew how to get there. But when I moved up here to where I am now, I was really unfamiliar with the locations of some of the places. So I was I'm not even gonna lie, I was scared. I was afraid to do DoorDash up here just because I wasn't familiar with the area. And I'll stay in a college town too, and I just did not want to end up on campus trying to look for a dorm room or something like that. But since the quarantine, school's been out, so campus is closed, so I didn't have to worry about going on campus or anything. So I bit the bullet, and I started doing DoorDash. And I will tell you, if you've never done any of those delivery services like that, DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats, Grubhub, anything like that, once you do your first delivery and you see that money come, I mean, after that, it's like, it's addictive. It is very addictive. So started with DoorDash, and then I also did Postmates. So I would work both apps. You know, I would run like the multi-app. People that do the deliveries, they know exactly what I'm talking about. You can work both apps to maximize how much you make an hour or maximize your earnings. So, so with those, you can make anywhere from $5 to like $10 an order, but it all depends on, you know, how much your customer tips, things like that. Only thing about those restaurant gigs like that, the delivery gigs, is that with DoorDash, I noticed that they kept you in like a central area. But with Postmates, you'd go all over the place. And I don't really live in a metro area, but I'm close to a metro area. So I would probably get an order that's the restaurants in the town that I live in, but I would have to go over to the next town to deliver it. So that was kind of a negative part of it. I mean, you put miles on your car, it's gas, it's wear and tear on your car. So it's just, that's all up to you, you know. If you're interested in Postmates or DoorDash, I'll leave a link in the description below where you can sign up to become a driver. And another thing with those is that they offer incentives. And since the delivery business is like booming right now, there's incentives like every day. So one of the incentives may be if you drive between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m., they'll pay you an extra $1 an order or extra $2 an order or something like that. But I mean, there's money in it. Like, there's really good money in it. So kind of staying in that same field, the third thing that I did was the grocery shopping. And grocery shopping, it's kind of like the restaurant thing where you go, you pick up the stuff and you deliver it. But with the grocery shopping, you actually go to the grocery store, you shop for the customer's items, you load it up in your car, you go to their house and you unload it at their door, pretty much. And with those, with the grocery shopping, I did Instacart and I also did Shipt. Instacart, I had it in my hometown, but it wasn't very popular, so I didn't really do it until I moved. You know, I didn't really get any orders until I moved. And Instacart's easy to sign up for. Now Shipt is almost like applying for a job, because you actually have to do like a video interview and they have to be hired, or you have to get accepted into the program, pretty much. Out of the two, I think my favorite one would be Shipt, because you can schedule out your whole day. So if I decided that I wanted to start working at 9 a.m. and end at 7 p.m., I can put myself on a schedule, and any orders that are within that time frame, they'll send those to me. And I can, you know, choose to accept them, or I can choose to not accept them. And there's really good money in it. Like, there's really good money. And another difference between the grocery the grocery sides and the restaurant sides is that with the groceries, you're getting paid more money because you're taking more time. It takes more time to do the shopping and to do the deliveries, so you end up getting more money. So on here, I took notes that I was making between like $9 to $15 per order. And with those, the customer can tip after you deliver. So I think the most that I've ever made on one of my grocery orders was like $30. And it was probably maybe like 6 or 7 items. But one of the drawbacks to the grocery shopping thing is that people do order stuff like the cases of water. And having to carry those cases of water, I mean, you could possibly have to go upstairs at an apartment complex or something like that. So that was one of the things. It's just like carrying the groceries, especially if you had to carry them a long way. I think one of the worst orders I had like 7 2-liters of Coke or Diet Coke or something like that, and the person stayed on the second floor, so I had to walk upstairs to put it in front of their door. And it was my first order of the day, and it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, but that's the grocery deliveries. If you're interested in those, I also leave links to those companies below, and that's Instacart and Shipt. All right, and the last thing that I did during this quarantine to make extra money was I am a consultant for an adult novelty company. So adult novelties are like sex toys and spa products and things like that, self-care items. It's called Athena's Home Novelties. And if you ever heard of like the sex toy parties and stuff like that, it's pretty much that. And did my camera stop filming? No, I don't think it did, so my bad, y'all. But pretty much that's what it was. So before all of this, you would go to a customer's house. You would have a hostess, and you would show your demo kit, and then people would order from you. But with all of this, you can't go to people's houses. So you would do, I do online parties, or I would do like one-on-one video calls or video chats or something like that with people, just to show them some of the products or answer some of their questions. A lot of it was, Facebook group. I have a Facebook group for it. But that was one of the things. And with people being cooped up with their partners, this is kind of one of those things, trying to get, you want to add a little spice, you get a little bored, you can, call me or send me a message, let me know. I'll leave a link to that also in the description box. So those were the side hustles that I was doing to make an extra $1,000 during quarantine. I don't know what it was about this whole quarantine thing, but it really like lit a fire under my ass, because I could have been sitting at home doing nothing. And no, I had to get out there and get it, so it really brought the hustle out of me. And I'm not saying it was a blessing or anything like that, because I don't want to offend anybody that has lost anybody during this time or anything like that. But it just really, it motivated me to get out there and do something different, to get uncomfortable and to get out of my comfort zone, and to just go out there. I know that I got the hustle in me. Like, I know that I can go out there and get it if I need it. But luckily my job was still paying me, so the money that I made was extra. I wasn't struggling with any bills or anything like that. All this money was extra. So yeah, so that's all I got. So if you guys have any questions about any of the gigs that I mentioned, leave me a comment down below. All the links will be in the description box. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell so that you're notified every time that I upload. And I mean, that's what it is. All right, y'all, I will see y'all in the next one, and thank y'all for watching.